Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Instead of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the NA monthly final grand finals. So just woke up the following morning. I haven't watched or seen any of the results so far, so be interested to see whether Tribe can get their first monthly final win. Somehow they haven't won a monthly final. I think they've came second a few times. They're, of course, I think the #1 seed in NA, even without winning a monthly final, and they reached top 4 in Brawl Cup, although their exit was a little bit disappointing in terms of just how much Humble destroyed them. I'm still interested to see whether they can win this one, because they still got such a goated roster, but they're facing off against the New Kids on the Block, and Team Electros are one of my favorite teams in the world right now in terms of just the pure excitement they bring, especially with 3 pretty much rookies, right? Looking to make a statement. Hopefully, I'm hoping this team can definitely put NA back on the map. I know we have our differences with NA being from EU, but I like to support especially an up-and-coming team. So, Buzz again on pit stop. I think I watched this. I watched up until semi-final #1 where Tribe beat Bobby's team. And I can't remember. I think it was pit stop where they went the Buzz. Buzz is very good on pit stop. Dynamite is... I don't know. I don't really like that. There's a problem with Tribe. Like, they scrim so much, and they scrim more than any other team. But I feel like sometimes that might be their downfall in some ways, because, I don't know, Dynamite is just way too risky. There's so many ways that you can counter a Dynamite. So Melody is good into Kaze. The problem is Buzz is kind of good into all of them, but the problem is there's only really Buzz on defense, where, like, I think if Team Electros can start overwhelming them, they can easily win this game. So I prefer Team Electros comp mainly in this one, just again because of the berry can get a lot of damage on the save. Yeah, Dynamite can pop off and can sometimes counter a berry, but those opportunities don't happen. Dynamite is probably F-tier brawler right now, and you can only really pick him last pick. I think this is the only map where you can play him on. If you go to Dynamite, it can work, but also when the pressure is high, Dynamite is just one of those brawlers just hard to make work. So Luffy already on the Kaze making things work. Luffy on Kaze is absolutely insane, by the way. So Dynamite is left on the safe, and he can rack up a lot of damage, but he can't rack up more damage, I believe, than a Melody, than a BB, than a Berry. He's actually getting a lot of damage onto the safe, and Luffy's doing a great job of just distracting Snowy as much as possible, but Team Electros already have that second crack, and they started off a lot later. So yeah, we're going to just try and play the game of protecting Berry here, because all Berry needs to do is get a few more shots onto the safe and win this one. But now Luffy's on the safe, all 3 members of Team Electros on the safe, and Tribe should be able to take that one, and they do. So a little bit messy there from Team Electros. They just allowed Tribe to walk that one in. I forgot to completely play the music there, and let's drag myself down. Oops. Doesn't matter. All right. So yeah, in terms of what Team Electros can try, I mean, they just shouldn't be leaving the Dynamite. I mean, that is the big problem. The problem is they haven't got like a dash brawler that can deal with Dynamite at all times. But, you know, once Melody gets super, once Barry gets his super, we should be able to deal with the Dynamite a lot easier. So Barry again is going to go on the safe, and this time Snowy's going to get a much better defense onto Dynamite, and now he's just going to leave Dynamite again. I guess the strategy is, okay, so whoever dies on the offense can go clean up the Dynamite, but when it's 3 versus 2 on offense, normally the 3 should win most of the time. Buzz nearly gets a kill, and that's going to be the second crackdown. That's actually going to be before Diego Gamer here. Great heal here from Doing, and he should be able to get that before Tribe. Yeah, and that's going to be the game going to Team Electros. Very close in the end. However, yeah, this is just not the competitive gameplay that I enjoy watching. Pit stop is a complete mess a lot of the time. And yes, again, we have the same conversation. Base race maps can be fun for the viewer, but when you think about it, we're pretty much spent more time in the draft than watching the gameplay. It seems like the strategy is interesting, you know, having to wonder who's going to go up, who's going to defend. Yeah, I get that. Maybe if the I don't know, the health of the safe was a bit higher on a map like this, I don't know how you would change a base race map, but plain and simple, it's not very competitive, is it? It's not really something that I enjoy too much watching. So again, it is pretty much neck and neck at the moment. I think on pit stop you may as well just keep split screen every single time, but this time around Team Electros do have the full spawn trap. Luffy's not really going to find the best of ways to escape this BB. He's probably going to look to use his dash in a later stage to go by the BB here, but Barry's doing such a good job of keeping him top. Hypercharged BB already, which is going to be great into this Buzz. and Buzz. I think RBM is using longer stun by looks of things. He's able to kill BB, but yeah, this Berry's just had such a fantastic matchup, doing a great defensive super there, and he's just getting shot after shot after shot. Another super onto a safe, and that's going to be GG's. I mean, doing on the Berry, absolutely insane. And yeah, that's just, I don't know, Dynamite. It's just the writing's on the table there. It was just very clear it wasn't going to work. Great strategy though from Team Electros. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into set number 2. We have, I didn't get to catch the map there. It is out in the open. So again, we've seen quite a few of the same maps here from the pros. I like in out in the open. I think out in the open's quite an easy map to like draft on. You can't really, I don't know, like in my mind, I think I'll do like try and pick a map which is hard to draft on, and then put in a lot of practice on that map, because then it's very hard to come up with a great draft for someone that's not prepared as much. So Good Gamer's got the brazen eyebrows. He's turned into Carlo Ancelotti or what? Yeah, Ollie, pretty early as a pick into Byron. I probably think that they've taken the Ollie off them, maybe, because that's quite an early place to go, Ollie. I wouldn't be surprised if Pearl is picked up. Pearl seems to be one of the best brawlers out in the open at the moment. Glowy banned out as well, which is a great strategy we've seen in Dueling Beetles, and we just see it paired with Damien quite often. So they need a supportive brawler. We can go with Jay Young, can go with Gene. We're going with the Meeple, which I forgot about, which is fine. One of the best brawlers out in the open, mainly because you got that box that it's just guaranteed to entrap people, especially on a map like this, because they're always pushed into those bushes. So yeah, Meeple is a great answer. Now, I'm interested to see how they try and counter it. I mean, this is a great Charlie game, I'd imagine, but you kind of don't want 2 single-shot brawlers in the same comp, but it would be a good Charlie game. Could also be an interesting, like, Buster game. Pearl as well is still open with a little bit of health. They've got to, I don't know, like, I like Charlie, but it's just, yeah, okay, we're going to go Kit. I completely forgot. I thought Kit was just banned out. Every time I normally watch Knockout, Kit's just banned out every single time. So we go to Kit. They need clearly something to pair up with the Kit that could go. I mean, Miko's not going to have enough damage here because Mortis is banned out. So that leaves them left with like a Kaze, a Daryl. Daryl could be good into the Ollie, so I might opt for the Daryl. The problem is, I feel like Cordelius counters Kit Daryl way too easily. But let's see what they go with. 3 seconds left. Come on. Daryl, they do go with a Daryl. Okay. I don't think there weren't really many options that you could pair with a Kit, so surely, I don't know, like Cordelius just feels like an easy answer to this. Low-key 8-bit is very, very good into this, but maybe not in combination with all of this. Charlie could be good as well. I mean, normally it's just Charlie or Cordelius. Cordelius is a great counter to Kit comps, and I always recommended that for years and years, but I don't think Cord can actually counter like a Kit Mortis, Kit Kaze, Kit Miko combination that well, but into Kit Daryl specifically, I think it is the answer. So the thing is, you can still win. I'm interested to see how Team Electros play against the Cordelius, because that's one thing I've always struggled with when I've played a Daryl comp. It's like, okay, well, how do I actually beat Cordelius here? Like, does Kit jump onto Cordelius? Does Daryl go alone? Like, how do you not feed the Cordelius super? Because that is their kind of key to victory here. So we spent 3 minutes in draft here. Hopefully that's going to last longer than the last one, because that pit stop game just ended so quickly. So the problem here with Team Electros' comp is that they're going to get pushed back pretty early on. My man's going to... Okay, well, that was a really good play, but I feel like maybe a bit too aggressive, a bit too careless there from Tribe, especially Diego Gamer, especially because he just used his box. I think that is the perfect time to then go in as a hit. I mean, that was beautiful. The thing is, use box, but what, I don't know, box is good into Byron, but I don't think box is really that good into many other things, right? So I'm not unsure. I mean, I think they'll just go box anyway, because you can like get some good plays in the latter stage, especially if you combine it with your super. So Luffy does have super here. I mean, this is exactly what Tribe wouldn't have wanted, because against the Kit Daryl comp, you pretty much got to win the first round every time, right? Like Kit Daryl take forever to get their supers. You should just be able to slowly pin. The problem is with Tribe's comp is that they haven't got range to win that first round, they're more so suited to the later stages. So this is exactly how you play Byron, by the way. Like, to can't catch comps, you need like a bit of damage, a little bit of a brawler that can stop them combining. Well, Byron then needs to push up because he has good matchup into most of these brawlers. So Snorty's doing a fantastic job on the Byron so far. Box Gadget going to go out. Memen's going to get pretty weak. He just has to use his super onto Daryl just to stay alive here. So I'm interested to see how this battle fares off in the late stage. Kit has no super. Hypercharge Byron down. Another hypercharge cycled from Snoy, and he is carrying right now. The heals are just fantastic from Snoy. That's going to be Team Electros winning that one. So I got a yawn mid-game there. I don't know why. I'm still tired. It's nearly midday at this point. I mean, again, that was just fantastic Byron gameplay. Again, sometimes you might think as a Byron, you need to sit back, you need to support. But in those moments, you just need to tap. You need to build up your supers. It's so easy to tap as a Byron. Well, not really, really easy, but there's not much of a threat into like Cordelis, no range. Ollie, no range. Meeple can do something here. So again here, Memen's going to go in, try and protect Snoy. Snoy's actually going to go down here from Diego Gamer. Okay, that is a lot better from Tribe. I just ate my own words there. The box definitely working out pretty well. Be interested to see whether Memen jumps in here. So he's going to jump onto Cordelis. That's exactly what I was talking about in the early game. Like, it's interesting to see what strategy they have. And Dawn just can't finish the kill off. 660 health. Tribe just escaping with the skin of their teeth there. That was close. That was very close. But I think Memen got a lot of supercharge, well, hypercharge charge. The thing is, you don't really get your hypercharge in knockout, but you could definitely do it here. So Snoy just has to be a little bit more careful of that box gadget. Does predict it pretty perfectly this time around. So it's quite clear Team Electros want to wait until the final circle as much as possible, because the later it is, you know, they can trade out someone that Cordelis puts into the Shadow Realm. So I think that is their strategy overall here. So Kit's going to try and sneak in. He is going to get revealed though, because he didn't manage to get into the grass quick enough. But Hypercharge Daryl, this is going to be a lot harder for Tribe to deal with. Cordelia's going to use Jump and get the kill onto Kit. Only just. Daryl's going to Hypercharge in. He is going to get hypnotized, but because of the Byron heals, it's not really the greatest spot for them. So Luffy's going to come in. Diego Gamer's doing such a fantastic job on the Meeple, and they're going to win this one just thanks to Diego Gamer's hypercharge. That is insane. Meeple's hypercharge is just so disgustingly strong, but he just played that beautifully well, beautifully well. So I think that definitely came from, first of all, a great play from Luffy to time the jump and the super onto the Kit, and Kit just needed one more swipe to get the kill. So very, very close interaction, and that again just left Meeple to get the kill with the hypercharge. I mean, that was just so cheesy. See here, Team Electros are switching up their strategy a little bit here. Let's see whether Tribe anticipate that. So I think Luffy did pick up Kit a little bit with his supercharging circle. So again, Team Electros probably just going to sit back, wait for Daryl super. Snoy is a little bit vulnerable here, so this could be interesting. He is going to get pushed back. Again, Daryl is going to get super right now. He's going to use super very aggressively. Going to try get onto the Cordelis as early as possible here. Memen's getting a lot of healing, but he's also taking a lot of damage. Snoy gets his super in time, and that could be the round win for Team Electros. So don't imagine a way that Meeple wins this now. You know, the Byron Malaise is also doing its magic onto Meeple. And yeah, there's not really a world that Meeple can win this unless he gets like a good box and super combination. I still don't think there's really a way to win this one. Even if you have Rage Quit, it's just not a way. Meeple against the Daryl with so much health. I mean, he's going to try his best here. Daryl, I've never seen that interaction before. That was hilarious, but he's going to confirm that kill. So, Hypercharge with Daryl now. Not the most important. It's not exactly that great, is it? But this is pretty troublesome for Tribe, I imagine. The Ollie pick hasn't really been doing too much, especially considering it was picked so early in the draft. A lot of the heavy lifting has literally just came from the Meeple or the Kit in the composition. So Diego Gamer gets his hypercharge. He's going to get supered and Kit supered as well. And that's going to be the kills actually going the way of Tribe. I mean, they should be able to win this one. If I was Tribe, just need to try and work towards that Ollie hypercharge, and they can definitely win this one. But yeah, they really need to win this set. Going 2 sets down would be disastrous in a monthly final. So let's see whether Ollie can build up that hypercharge. I think Snowy just knows that eventually he's going to get chipped down anyway, so he just needs to build up his supers. Okay, so Ollie got to be close to Hypercharge now. Surely a Hypercharge can literally win them the game, especially in knockouts. Let's see how this last bit of a battle plays out then. So, again, RBM just in his position here. Make sure he's scouting this kit. People box not going to do too much. No, he's going to push forward though. He has a Hypercharge to use. Dwayne is flashing his super. He's going to wait for the opportunity. He needs to combine it well with the Byron super, a kit jump, etc. And then Team Electros can probably win this one. So again, both teams are just happy for the clock to run down and for the action to happen kind of late game. I mean, Tribe are just waiting for the box gadget here. Really well played from Diego Gamer. Luffy's going to get a bit of damage onto Kit here. He's waiting for his super, waiting for Daryl to roll in. Hypercharge is going to get a lot of damage onto Diego Gamer. Manages to stay alive here. Dwayne does a great job of jumping out. RBM can't get the refrag. And that's going to be Team Electros taking set number 2. Okay, well, insanely well played from them. I mean, I feel like Tribe could have had that. They had Byron locked up. But that Hypercharge super just dealt so much damage to Diego Gamer, and then it fell apart from there. All right, let's jump into set 3. All right, guys, jumping into set number 3, we have Bounty Dry Season. Tribe really need to take this one, obviously, because they're going to lose, but 3-0 in a monthly final would be pretty embarrassing. So, hopefully Tribe can finally win a monthly final. Come on, it's not been a painful year to support Tribe, but especially because, I don't know, the last few years, they've not lost the magic, but I don't know, Tribe will always win in every monthly final, which is good for the region. You want it to be competitive, right? In a weird way, you probably won't want to win. If your goal is to win the World Finals, especially if you Tribe, so I'm trying to think of some copium here. But yeah, you actually wouldn't want to just win every single monthly final. You're not going to learn from that, but also it goes to show that your region might not actually be that competitive. You want the region to be as competitive as possible. That's why Europe have been doing so good in World Finals the past 3 years, because a lot of different teams can win, other than this year, really. But, I mean, last year, everyone thought that, it was between Humble and SK, but then we've seen, like, a few upsets in a few of the World Finals. We've seen, like, Team Heretics win. We've seen Novo win, I think it was. The old, Marco's old team. Can't remember who they were under. I think it was Novo. Anyways, enough waffling. Let's move on to this map. So, Leon is final dry season, but again, I don't really enjoy Leon all that much. I always say he's overrated, mainly because the only thing useful for him is his gadget. And Leon as a brawler, I don't know, it's too squishy. It's hard when the opponents are good. Like, if you just face any competent players, you're not going to be able to sneak up as a Leon. So, Gene and Charlie is a good response to that. We're going to go Byron again. So Byron just seems to be a great brawler when it comes down to knockout on Bounty right now. I can't really go wrong with that, especially when there's Edgar and Mortis banned out. You can't really go wrong with a Byron. So let's see what they pair it with. Byron, then it's hard to go aggression here, but they do need something with a bit of health. Into Charlie, though, it's not really the greatest of brawlers. So we're going to go Damien. So Damien, yeah, I think they was just still forced to go an aggressive brawler here, because the problem is there's another squishy brawler, they've got last pick, they just go Sprout or something. If you go like another sniper, they just get a free last pick assassin or Damien, Ollie or something like that. So we're going to go with Fang. Interesting here. So Fang, I do like it. Fang is good into Leon, good into pretty much all of his brawlers, actually. I mean, it's not the greatest Damien brawler counter, but can still work, especially because Fang has a lot of health. I think Damien's really going to struggle here to get a single kill, but again, it's still Damien. He can still probably work a kill, especially, well, he just needs like someone to be weak on either a Gene or Charlie by, like, if the Byron gets like a good super or a few taps, so then Damien can probably go in. But yeah, I don't mind Tribe's composition this time around. I don't think comps have really been the issue too much when I've looked at North America. I don't really mind them. I think their drafts are improving a lot. It feels from previous years. You know, I used to always troll NA. I mean, there's always a few questionable ones, but that's normally because people in monthly finals sometimes like their comfort picks. That's a really good wall there from doing. That's going to allow them to get a lot of damage and a lot of supercharge already. And the kill. We've got the blue star. They got a kill. We've got a lot of Damien super. Damien's probably really, really close to super here. If not, about to get it already. So Diego Gamer is going to get a free pull onto anyone. But they need 2 kills here, Tribe, so it's not really the greatest of starts. But Charlie's going to be good on this map. I really like Charlie in dry season because I always talk about a Brawl about this. Is you've got an ability to like break walls or like go around or through walls, like a gene pool. But you got Charlie's main attack that can just literally pinch itself. So that's why brawlers like Squeaker for like are a little bit underrated here, and just a few other brawlers like that can help push back. So the problem is here is that you don't really want to feed Damien too much here. It's going to use another wall to push them back. That hypercharged Byron is going to get a lot of damage, and it's going to allow them. Oh, that is just disgusting. See, I literally spoke about that synergy there. Snoy on the Byron is disgusting. Surely Tribe can't get 3-0 swept here. Please. Please, please, please. I just realized as well that I'm still blocking here, but 10-0 lead here for Team Electros. Luffy's going to get taken down as well. And this is just not looking good. Fang is not looking like that great of a pick at the moment. I mean, Fang is good on dry season because you can get some like good super connections if they all line up. But right now, it's just not really looking the best here. Luffy misses his gadget here, and I just don't think there's a world really where Tribe can come back unless Team Electros throw this. I mean, Diego Gamer gets the pull. Luffy does have super, but there's just not enough time. It's going to connect, but Damien's going to jump up into the air. And Team Electros are 1 game away from sweeping Tribe here. Surely not at this point. Surely not. I mean, I always love how my man plays Brawl Stars. Like, he's just... I mean, he's young and his back's going to be fine for now. But once you reach Unk's age, it's going to... You're going to regret that. Okay? Someone needs to tell Memen he's going to regret that back posture position. Okay? I regret it. I used to do that a lot on my gaming chair. Anyways, Blue Star going to go the way of Team Electros easily. The problem, again, in Bounty, when you're facing Leon, is you just literally, of course, don't know where anyone is. So it's just really hard to like build up your supers or just really want to over-aggress. But that is much better from Tribe. A good cocoon there from RBM. I think the problem was, well, it was very evident what happened is, again, I like Tribe's comp more, but they just fed Damien way too quickly. Again, it's pretty hard with the Leon gadget and whatever else, but the Damien wall just blocked him off. The chaining from his knockback. Again, the wall's going to be really good from Team Electros, and they just get the lead back too easy. That is just too easy and too simple from them. Like, they just run into the spawn, get a few kills, run out. Like, and then that was even without a Damien super. So, yeah, a little bit questionable from Tribe, but again, they've got to be careful. This Leon gadget, they've just got to wait for it to expire. So Hypercharge is going to come down from Snoy. That's going to allow Damien to push in. And that's just disgusting from Team Electros. They get all of the kills. I mean, it's quite clear here that they need to stop letting Snoy on Byron, because his Byron gameplay has been nothing short of just cracked. Like, he is carrying so incredibly hard as he just gets pulled. I mean, we love jinxing things around here, right? Okay, I mean, Tribe got something to work with here, but again, their backs are against the wall the entire game, it feels like. It just feels like this Damien pick feels a little bit superior right now, whilst Fang isn't really cooking up too much. Hypercharge going to go down, but a Charlie Cocoon and Stun does stop Damien in its tracks, but Byron's just going to get all of the trades, and this is looking like Diego Gamer is going to go down as well, and Team Electros are going to 3-0 sweep Tribe in the grand finals. I mean, bro, has he just messed that up again? I swear he just tried to do that in the intro. Okay, I mean, fair play to Team Electros. I did predict them to win this monthly final, and they actually do it, so fair play to them. I mean, they just played it stupendously well, honestly. That Byron synergy, like constant tap in, super in, just even one super onto like Gene, Charlie. It seems so simple, but that just allows the Damien to then jump in and get the kills. So very clean from Team Electros. Nothing to complain about there. I think their drafts were great. Their gameplay was just clearly better than Tribe's today. So yeah, fair play to Team Electros. This year it's going to be very interesting for North America. Things are hotting up right now, but that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.